Greetings to you all. Let's just make sure we are live and everything's working okay on my stream before I carry on. I hate doing this every time, but I just have to do it because I have done once or twice. Started this all together and realised I've got mute on or something stupid like that. So let's just make sure I can hear myself. Stupid like that. So let's just make sure I can hear myself. Yes, I can hear myself. So, welcome. How are we all? Nice chilly morning where I am today in my part of the world. I wonder if it's the same where you are. So here we are with Sardegna, Road Track B, Pro-Am 2. This is race 5 now, and before the race cracks on, I shall quickly run through the field as they qualified. Also, I'm going to try a little bit something different. Instead of variable on the replay option, I'm going to do standard because it seemed to give you some nice cinematic kind of looks, as it were. What's the other one? Display? Oh, I'm not sure what it's. I'll put it on, leave it on display. Or anyway, so in first place, Pilgrim qualified first. The 14 runners and riders. And then myself, Berserker Boy, with my James Bond livery. Thank you very much, Bailey, for that. In second place, I have to say, also Pilgrim did a Michael Schumacher qualifying thing of pumping in his fastest lap time with about a minute or so to go, and then I tried to respond to beat his lap time, but as I was coming down the main straight for one more flying lap, there was yellow flags. They'd pulled over at the top of the hill, up the top at turn 1 there. So there was yellow flags going off, and because I overtook the person at the side of the road under yellow flags. I was then given a 3-second penalty, so I couldn't start my last flying lap. Bit cheeky there. Anyway, Jambo Awesome Pete is in 3rd place. Quinn was in 4th. Holy Moly was in 5th. Wimple is in 6th. Connor, the boy wonder, is in 7th. The darkest one, who's new to the to Pro-Am 2, from Canada, here in 8th. I was about to put on a really rubbish Canadian accent then, but I'm glad I didn't. Rocky Rich here in 9th. Dr. Dre here in 10th. Crony in 11th. Contains Gore is in 12th. He's obviously doing a bit of practice. He's not last this time. Lega 13th and Wooders 14th. We're missing Azarath. I'm not sure if he's moved groups or anything like that. But we shall start with myself because I get a pretty good view of from front and behind from where I was. So here we go. Sit back, relax, enjoy. The Pro-Am 2 boys giving you a bit of a show here at Sardegna. So we're going to go to the view I want straight away. And we are off. The lights are green. It's not, I think that's Dr. Dre back there. Gets a nice launch a bit further back the pack. As Quinn is trying to block off. Is that Connor over there? No, Moley was. So Berserker Boy coming around the outside. Pilgrim gets a little bit wide there. Berserker cuts up underneath. Great move there for Berserker. The side by side is Berserker in the superb Bond livery there. And he gets cleanly past Pilgrim. So Berserker's now into 1st place. Pilgrim 2nd, and his teammates just gives him a little nudge here. Awesome Pete, I think it was. Oh no, it wasn't Awesome Pete. That was what was that? That was Quinn. He gave him a tiny little nudge on board here with Quinn. As Berserker Boy streams off now with Pilgrim following him. There's Jambo Rambo just trying to block off Quinn. He thinks about going to block him off on the inside, but Quinn's going to go even further inside. Dives up the inside now. Oh! And Moley gives Jambo, Awesome Pete, a bit of a love tap there, which just allows Quinn to take the position. Side by side, Quinn and Jambo as they come through the last sections. He was going on board with Pete. Here we are on board with Will's Pete. He's got the position back. Side by side with Quinn still. They're bumping and barging, wheeling and a dealing. And Moley's going up the inside now. So he's got past Quinn at the last corner. Oh, exciting stuff. But in the meantime, here we are at the end of lap 1. Berserker Boy's going to cross in first place. Pilgrim's in second. Jambo's in third, fourth, fifth, sixth. All really close behind. Let's stay here. Let's go on boards with Jambo, try and get a better view. Oh, Wimple's dived up the inside. Oh, my camera's not doing a good job. There we go. Where did Wimple come from? Let's go back here. So Wimple was here. He was in 6th position. And I think the 3 boys in front had a bit of a squabble, to be honest. Yeah, Moley breaks early. Oh, Quinn dives up the inside. Pushes Pete out wide. So Wimple goes up the inside. And let's just go back here. Oh, look at this gaggle of drivers here now. Let's go on board with that. Let's go back here with Dr. Dre. Here we go. Dr. Dre's got 5 drivers in front of him. All really, really close. Right gaggle of Aston Martins. And it sounds beautiful as well. Kind of side by side with this lovely banked turn to the right with Quinn. Forces his way through the boy wonder. Well, he's not quite done it yet though. He's got the inside line for the hairpin up the hill. But in the meantime, Dr. Dre's looking quite tasty, but he can't find a way through. Is he going to try and dive up the inside? Here he is, you know. He's going to try. Dre does make a move. Oh, gives a little bump there to Quinn, but it's all well and good. So Quinn. Oh no, is he fighting back? Just not quite. Oh, Moley's binned it. Where's go back to Moley? How did he bin? How did Moley lose this one? Was it all by himself? Oh, he just gets too wide. Gets it. Oh, and the kitty letter spins it round. Nice 360 style points there. Any damage? Nope. Nope. He's waiting for the field to pass. Great stuff there from Moley, and he's gone back off again. So we'll just go back a little bit to where we were. We were back here with. He was back here, wasn't it? Quinn and Dr. Dre get past the spinning Moley. Let's go through the field now, see who's. Oh, someone else has come up. Oh, and there's another little bunch pun there, not intended. He just ghosted and then came back onto the track and then unghosted. So the darkest one, the Canadian. Oh, does he get damage? Wooders, no he doesn't. Oh, that's lucky. Bit of mayhem. It's always good for a Saturday morning. In the meantime, back out in front, here is the Bond fan, if you couldn't tell from his livery. Berserker Boys not really pulling away from Pilgrim. These two starting to pull out. Let's have a look at the timings. It's only about a second ahead of Pilgrim, and he's not really pulling out much of a lead. So look at these nice panoramic cinematic shots. I prefer these sort of camera views, I have to say. Coming down the banked right hand turn, but as you can see himself, Berserker Boy and Pilgrim are starting to pull a bit of a gap now between them, and here's Wimple. Then it's Awesome Pete, Quinn, Dr. Dre, Connor, Crony's got up the field. Rocky Rich has moved up a little bit as well. Darkest one is recovered now, is in 10th. Lega is in 11th. Contained Schools having a steady race with him in 12th. Moley after his spin is here in 13th. Ooh, dives up the inside there. Contained School doesn't quite make it stick, and Wooders is back here in 14th. So in the meantime, let's see if we can find where the closest battles are. Here's Berserker Boy, starts lap 4. Short lap this, 1 minute 26 laps. It's a bit like the A1 ring in Austria. So these two out in front. Let's go find it where the nearest battles are brewing. On board here with Wimple. No, he's a comfortable third at the moment. Jambo's not quite close enough for fourth. Oh, this is where the closest battle is brewing. Here we are. Dr. Dre. Let's go on board with Dr. Dre. Trying to catch up to the boy wonder, Connor. He's got a bit of gap between themselves now. There's windmills in the background. Sardegna, I think he's in Croatia. Correct me if I'm wrong. Dre trying to go around the outside of Connor. He's going to cut underneath. Bank downhill. Nope, not going to make it stick there. Everyone's spaced out a little bit now. Not literally, thankfully. Coming into this really tricky hairpin. If you cut the apex too much, you actually get air on the inside of that corner. I know I did a couple of times in the race. Oh, nice tidy line there from Dr. Dre. It's not making much an impression here on Connor now as we come to the end of this, end of the lap 4. Might be able to get into the slipstream here. The bollards have gone. Oh, dives up the inside. Connor gets it horribly wrong. Connor gets that turn horribly wrong there. And so someone else is up here as well. Who's this? Is that Wimples? What's happened to Wimple? He's suddenly given up a big lead. Wimple, oh, he's got it very wide. For some reason, he just got very wide there and lost a lot of time, which has just allowed Awesome Pete to get up to third as a scream even, down past the start-finish straight into this real tight turn 1. There goes Awesome Pete now. Wants to get ahead of Wimple. He's ahead of Quinn. Quinn's had an eventful race so far, hasn't he? Dr. Dre's got stayed ahead of Connor. There's Connor in 7th. Crony is in 8th. Darkest One 9th. Lega 10th. Contain Scores 11th. Rocky Rich 12th. Molly's not really got further up the field yet. Off the pace, and he's really pushing onto the kitty litter there. Wooders 14th. So let's go through. We've now done 4 laps. Let's go through people's lap times to see how they're doing. Here we are. Berserker Boy Racing Super Softs. It's done as 26 dead as his fastest lap. I'm sure he's got the Bond music, the theme music playing in inside that Aston Martin. As loud as you can possibly have it. Aston Martin. As loud as you can possibly have it. Just see if I can just change my audio levels. Not let me change the audio levels just yet. So I sound a bit too loud, I think. But anyway. So anyway, Berserker Boy now cruising around in first place. He's done a 1:26 dead as his fastest lap time. Pilgrim on Racing Softs on the front, Racing Super Softs on the back. He's done a 26.4. Jambo's done a 26.4 on Racing Super Softs all round. Quinn's got up to Quinn's 4th place. He's done a 26.4. Dr. Dre is 27.2. Wimple's dropped back to 6th place now. Wimple's having a bit of trouble here. Done 27, just done a 30. What's he just done wrong on this last lap? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So he's now lost place to Quinn as well. What's going on here? Just falling backwards is Wimple. Right. Yeah, loses the place cleanly to Quinn, so no drama there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So here we are. Wimple's now back to 6. Marcy's done a 27. Connor has done a 25.9. Back here in 7th, but he just can't find his way through the field at the moment. Crony's making his way through the field as well. He's done a 27. Darkest One a 27.3. He's lagging all over the screen a little bit. Makes it difficult for the drivers to get cleanly past him. Lega, as they wind up the hill, come back on themselves in a big loop. 28.7. Contain Score 28.7. Rocky Rich 27.2. Moley 27.6. And Wooders cruising around at the back at the moment on a 31. So a bit off the pace there from Wooders. So if you look at the map at the top right of the screen, you can see there's Berserker Boy in first place, closely followed by Pilgrim, and then there's a little bit of a gap between themselves and then Jambo Rambo Pete here in 3rd, and he looks like he might be getting caught now from Quinn. That gap seems to be a little bit closer than it was before. And Quinn is bringing Dr. Dre along with him, and Wimple's just gone right off the pace for some reason, and now boy wonder Connor has now got up in front of him. He's on board with Connor. He's got Wimple right behind. Is Wimple going to dive up the inside? He's going to try. Oh, Connor wipes his nose. Nice and clean. Connor goes a little bit wide there though. Last hairpin on board of Connor. Here we are. He's done a 25.9. Is that the fastest lap of the race so far? Yeah, but 25.9 is the fastest lap. So Connor's definitely got the pace to maybe catch the boys up in front. At the moment, it's all a little bit as you are. Oh, as Wimple goes into the pits. That's a very early pit stop. It's 10 minutes in, and he was on racing super softs. Seems to be struggling for grip badly there. So Wimple's already gone into pits after 20 minutes. Is he going to do a two-stop strategy? Seems a bit of a gamble, to be honest. In the meantime, Bond is out in front. The name's Boy, Berserker Boy. He's out in front, cruising around. He's got a bit more of a gap now over Pilgrim. What's the gap now? It's 3.5 seconds. So just starting to ease away from Pilgrim. Jambo here is Pilgrim's teammate. Nice livery, team colours. In third, Quinn's in fourth, Dr. Dre's fifth. Connor, now he's got past Wimple. Maybe he can catch up to the guys in front. Oh, look at this. Dr. Dre's just got up the inside of Quinn. Side by side through the long left-hander. It just keeps going on and on and on. You keep coming back on yourself. Just what wears the front right tyre out really badly. Quinn takes a Dre takes a nice line then. Nice snot green colours there. Dr. Dre coming down the main straight. Not really managed to keep it ahead of Quinn. Quinn's thinking about the inside there. It's gone a bit too shallow as Quinn. Drop back a little bit further. How far away is Connor? So there's Connor. And 6. So not much going on at the moment, I have to be honest. So I need some glory shots of myself on the screen while I just have a quick drink. Engine popping, flames spitting from the rear exhaust of the Aston Martin. Sean Connery, Piers Bronson, Roger Moore emblazoned across the Aston Martin. It doesn't get better. Oh, it looks like that gap's closed down though. Yeah, it's gone down to 1.8 seconds. So there's a bit of mistake from Berserker, who nearly bins it. Nearly bins it, but manages to keep it on track. So something's ruffled his feathers, shaking his martini, and he's lost a bit of time here. Maybe someone stirred his martini and not shook it. 13 minutes in, or maybe it's to do with the tyre wear, just starting to erode his confidence and slow his lap times up. Maybe Pilgrim can sense blood. Can Pilgrim close in? These two way out in front. How fast is Pilgrim now? Pilgrim 6.5 seconds ahead of Awesome Pete. Still in third place here. You can see on the map there, everyone's, we're only 13 minutes in, and everyone's pretty much spread out. These two boys up front, Berserk and Pilgrim, are starting to close in on the back runners as well. Just looking at the map to see what's occurring with who's where. There's a little group appearing sort of midway back through the field. We'll go back to that in a second, because we're just coming up to about the halfway mark of the race. Nice tidy line there from Berserker, hit the apex beautifully. Yeah, and here we are on board with Pilgrim. He's gone into the pit, so he's about Pilgrim was about 1.5 seconds behind Berserker when he went into the pits. The crew works really well. So Jambo's in, Quinn's in, Dre's in. And Quinn comes back out in second place. So most of the field behind have gone into the pits as well. Apart from Berserker Boy, your race leader. Where is he? He's just coming round to the banked turn coming down the hill. Pilgrim's now staying on racing softs. Jambo's back out on racing super softs. Quinn's in 4th, Dr. Dre's 5th, Wimple's 6th, the darkest one's lagging, but really badly, in 7th. Legger's up to 8th, Connor's gone down to 9th because he's just pitted. Is Legger pitted? No, he's not. So that's why Connor's back down to 9th. Crony 10th contains Gore. 11th. Let's get back up to Pilgrim. Where is he now? Let's just come around the last couple of turns. Yep, Berserker, the race leader's just gone into the pits. Oh, Wooders has retired over there. So, Berserker's into the pits. Is he going to come back out in front of Pilgrim? Where's Berserker? Where's Berserker coming out of the pits? There's Berserker coming out of the pits. Here comes Pilgrim. So those pit stops have worked very much into Pilgrim's favour, because Pilgrim was, as I say, about 1.5 seconds ahead of Berserker before the pit stops, but he's gained time on Berserker and now got ahead of him through the pit stops. But I'm pretty sure Berserker's not going to let that lie. He's on a fresh set of racing super softs, whereas Pilgrim is on racing softs. Daniel Craig's on there as well as the Bond girls on the back, which is cool. So Jambo here, back in 3rd, now got ahead of everyone. He's having a bit of a quiet race. Quinn's in 4th, Dre's in 5th. The battle that I saw was brewing. There's obviously just been scuppered with all of the pit stops. Ooh! Darkest one, look at that. Darkest one is all over the place with the lag. This is the group I saw. Look at this. Contains Gore, Rocky Rich. Moley's up to 11th now. Legger. All these boys, some of them pit stop, some of them pitted, some of them probably haven't. Nice gaggle of drivers here. On board with Legger. Coming down here, he's got Crony, the very fast Crony. Just in his tailpipes. Oh, massive puff of smoke. There is Rocky Rich, goes far too wide, gets in the kitty litter. Where's Crony? Yep, Crony's going to take advantage perhaps. Go around the outside. No, doesn't quite make it stick there. Nice battle back here at the back at tail end of the field. Let's go back up front, see what's going on with Berserker and Pilgrim, see if Berserker's caught up yet. Nope, still not quite caught up to Pilgrim. He needs to make these tyres work now for him so he can get in front, because he pitted later, remember? He pitted later, so he needs to make that make it pay now. Oh, look at that, purple sector time for Berserker. He's really pushing. Now he's got the chance to get past Pilgrim. Looks like he's going to get a nice toe down the start-finish straight. Oh, as Pilgrim goes wide, it's going to scrap time off Berserker. Nips up the inside here at the last corner. Might have been better off waiting for Pilgrim to get a slipstream down the start-finish straight. But Berserker's back in front now. 19 minutes gone. Pilgrim's still got Berserker Boy in sights, obviously, because he's just been passed by him. Is he going to try and make a move up the inside here with Berserker? No, not there. Berserker, nice, very neat line there through turn 1. Turn 2. Hits the apex of turn 3 as well. Berserker's driving very, very neat and tidy. Seems to have a different line to everyone else into turn 4. It seems to work for Berserker. As you can see, Pilgrim's now pushing as hard as he can to keep into the exhaust fumes of Berserker in front. These two certainly miles ahead of everyone now. It's a race between these two for the rest of the race. I can't see Jambo, unless there's a bit of a coming together. I can't see anything going on. One of these two boys not winning the race. It's nice and tight here from Pilgrim. Berserker's just got a little bit more of a... Starting to pull away a little bit now. Oh, Berserker knee went off then. Cuts around the last corner, but Pilgrim's got a nice tidy line. He's going to get slipstream down here. Might do, because he's a little bit too far away. So, let's go back through the field, see if anything else is going on. So Jambo now is 7 seconds, I believe, behind Pilgrim, and 4.1 seconds ahead of Quinn. So now we've had the pit stops. Jambo's third, Quinn is fourth, Dr. Dre is fifth, Wimple's coming into his second stop. So he was doing a two-stopper. It's not going to work out for him, I don't think. He's come back out into 8th place as Wimple. Moley's 9th on racing mediums. Oh, I didn't realise that. Is Moley going for a no-stopper? He's got himself up to 9th. That's interesting. Going for a no-stop strategy on racing medium tyres. Oh, we've got it all here today. We've got no-stoppers and we've got two-stoppers. Interesting to see where Moley finishes up. Crony's now moved up to 10th. Contain's Gore is 11th. Leggers 12th. Rocky Rich 13th. And Wooders has decided to call it day 14th. So in the meantime, we've still got this battle up front. Berserker's trying to eke out a bit of a lead now over Pilgrim, but Pilgrim's not letting him go. So coming through now, starting lap 16. Well, it looks like Pilgrim's got quite close to Berserker here. Again, that different line there from Berserker seems to be less drama and hits the apex inside there. It just seems to also block off any attempts to pass him at that point. Pilgrim now just starting to lose ground a little bit. But one mistake from Berserker is just going to let Pilgrim in for sure. That's not much. You can't split these two. Oh, Pilgrim thought about diving up the inside there. Berserker, as you can see, nearly got air, but he's got a good drive up the top of the hill. Misses that apex, so does Berserker. It's gone very wide. I thought it was going to go off. Pilgrim's again is not quite close enough. There's his teammate. Awesome Pete's back here in 3rd. Quinn's not really catching Awesome Pete, is in 4th. Dr. Dre's now on his own in 5th. Connor's on his own a little bit. He's got the darkest one behind him. And then Wimple, who's pitted twice. So Connor might be caught from the darkest one. So then we've got Crane. You can see the map. Everyone's really sort of strung out. You've got Leggers going to dive up the inside of Contains Gore at the top of the hill. No contact, but Gore goes around the outside. So even right here at the back of the field, they're still battling for positions. Good on them. The sound of an Aston Martin in the morning. Soothes the soul, the rumble of that Vantage V8. The engine popping. One of the best sounding cars in the game. Although I do like the Ferrari. I think the Ferrari is quite cool. Oh, back up front. Berserker boy got real trouble now. He misses that apex. Berserker's gone very wide onto the blue there. I thought he was going to hit the kitty litter. 24 minutes, so pretty much since after the pit stop, Berserker got back out in front a couple of laps later. It was at the last corner, wasn't it? Yeah, the corner we just gone past. So for about the last 8 minutes or so, these two have been nose to tail. Pilgrim just can't quite make a move, or does he? He makes a move there. Berserker Boy cuts up the inside. Oh, they're side by side, so Pilgrim had a bit of a dive up the inside to try and get past, but he can't make it stick because Berserker slingshots him back. Oh, what was that? What was that? We're going back and watch that sequence again. So Pilgrim is obviously getting a little bit frustrated. He can't find a way past Berserker. Berserker, you see, they're going a bit defensive into turn 1. Pilgrim goes up the inside. It wasn't really much of a... It wasn't a dive. I put a disservice to Pilgrim there. But Berserker Boy's aware of it, cuts up the inside, and then, hey! Pilgrim does a little bunny hop for showing off there. So gets a nice apex there. But here comes Pilgrim now. He's really close. He's obviously let Berserker know that he's right behind him because he's got his nose in front for a moment. His window open at the side as well. Didn't realise that. But here you have 1 and 2 out in front. Who's your money on? Berserker Boy or Pilgrim for the win? 4 minutes to go, and as it's only a lap, so 1 minute lapse, it's not going to be much longer than 5 minutes racing time left. So Pilgrim's tried diving up the inside. Oh, it's very... Berserker holds that just about on the track. He's really pushing his Berserker, trying to get a bit of space between him now and Pilgrim. Seems to have got a bit of a gap. Yeah, he's got a little bit of a gap now. 4 minutes to go. And where's Pete? Pete's back here in 3rd. Here comes Quinn's in 4th. Dr. Dre's in 5th. Where's Connor? So you can see everyone's properly strung out now through the circuit. Connor down to 6th place. They're all on their own. Darkest one's 7th. Could maybe catch Connor in the last 3.5 minutes. Wimple possibly. Well, he should be trying to catch Darkest one as he's done 2 pit stops. Crony's on his own in 9th. Moley on his own in 10th. But here's the nearest. Not even that close, really, are they? Leg is 11th. Rocky Rich 12th. Contain scores 13th. He's dropped back to 13th to score. So in the meantime, really, with 3 minutes to go, there isn't. The closest battle is this one. Up front for the lead of the race. You've got Berserker Boy, who's been in front now for most of the race. Not all of it, because Leg was out in front for a couple of laps. He's got back in front as Berserker, but he can't shake Pilgrim. And the extra grip that the Aston Martin of Berserkers in first place, the advantage he would have gained from that must be over now with 3 minutes to go. He's going to board a Pilgrim. What's he going to try this time? He's tried up the inside. Berserker's defending the inside. Pilgrim's going to go around the outside this time. Desperately trying to get in front of Berserker, but he gets it right. Well, he doesn't get it wrong. He just goes too wide. He's now giving up even more time to Berserker. 2 minutes to go. Exciting stuff here from the Pro-Am 2 boys. Goes Berserker, there goes Pilgrim. Just one final check with the rest of the field to see if there's any battles brewing a bit further down. Doesn't look like anyone else is really close to each other, apart from maybe the Darkest one and Wimple. Wimple is catching the Darkest one. Everyone else seems to be pretty much on their own, or maybe a little bit there between Lega and Moley. Rocky Rich and Contain score. So no, the only battle really is this one still. 1.5 minutes. Berserker's just got to hang on. Oh, just misses. Contain score going around the outside. Let's have a look at that again from Berserker's point of view. Coming up the top of the hill past these windmills. Oh, Contain score. Oh, that was close. If he'd have come back onto the circuit then. Wise, he stays off it. Berserker, look how close he is to the edge of that circuit. just about hangs on at the last corner. That's how far Pilgrim is behind. When I just take one more sip of my drink. "30 seconds to go, so this would be the last lap. This is going to be the last lap, so we'll stay over here because this is the closest battle on the circuit at the moment. And Pilgrim's got right up now to Berserker's, thinking about going up the inside here at this bank turn. Berserker cuts his nose off. 10 seconds to go, so this will be the final lap for sure. I'll run through the field and the rest of the field in a minute, but stick here to see what happens between these two boys. Got half a lap to go. Can Berserker hang on to first place? Here we go now for the last time round the top of the hill. Berserker's still hanging on, just about in front of Pilgrim. Pilgrim cuts up the inside. Is he going to get a run at Berserker here? Coming down to the start-finish straight. Has he got toe? Has he got toe to get past him? I don't think he has. Berserker's going to hang on for the win. Takes the checker flag. Berserker boy wins. Pilgrim second. Oh, there's going to be tissues and martinis all over the inside of that Aston Martin and Berserker's car. What a finish between those two. Jambo finishes in third. Quinn finishes in fourth. Dr. Dre is coming round now. We'll finish in fifth place. There he goes. Here comes Connor. He will finish coming down the start, finish straight now. He's going to finish in sixth. And then Wimple couldn't catch up to the darkest one. I have to pause it here and then scroll through because it's finish the others. So darkest one will finish in 7th, Wimple will finish in 8th, and then we had Coroni 9th, Moley 10th, Lega 11th, Rocky Rich 12th, Contains Gore 13th, and Wooders will be, I think, he'll be qualified as 14th. So that's your race race 5. Yep, everyone's finished now. So that's your race done. Great win there for Berserker Boy. It's 2 races he's managed to Berserker finish, and he's won them both in the Aston Martin. I can tell you why, because I drive the Aston Martin quite a lot when I'm playing the game as it is anyway. So I'm quite used to it. There's 1 or 2 little things that I'm doing which I'm not going to tell anyone about, which just helps a little bit around the circuits. But maybe I'll tell you all one of my little tricks that I do with the Aston Martin when the season's over. So we'll go straight on to Tokyo Expressway East Inner Loop in the wet for race 2. Just before we do, just going to have another quick sip of my drink, and then I'll start with this one as well. Take you through the field. There we go. So just bear with me a second. So then, right, here we go. So race 2 of the night, we'll run you through the field. And in reverse order, we will have Wooders in his Lambo. I was racing the Lambos around here in testing, and these are the cars to beat in the wet, that's for sure. Fast car with great grip. Contains Gore is in 2nd in Subaru. Rocky Rich is in an Audi in 3rd place. Lega is in another Audi in 4th. Moley is in a McLaren here in 5th. Crony is in a Audi here in 6th. Wimple is in a Porsche here in 7th. Darkest one's in a McLaren here in 8th. Connor in the Corvette. That's going to be tricky. Corvette or a Jag, something like that. Must be very tricky to drive around here in the wet. Yeah, Dr. Dre in his thing. Quinn in another McLaren. Oh, there's 3 McLarens in this series now. In 11th. Jambo in another Audi here in 12th. Awesome Pete. Pilgrim in a Jag here in 13th. And Berserker in the Subaru in 14th. Now, I know I had a good race in the last one, but we're going to watch what happened for me here at Tokyo. I want to know, in the history of MRC, what's the most amount of people someone has most places gained by the end of turn 1? Because here I am in 14th place as the race starts. 2, 3 places already, because the Subaru is absolutely brilliant off the line. Got 3 places so far. To come up to the hairpin, 4 places. Trying to go around the outside of Lega here. Does get a little tap there? I think that's from Pilgrim, but just makes me get a little bit of momentum to go around the outside there as Contained Score gets it horribly wrong, and I go from 14th to 3rd place by the end of turn 1. That is 11 places, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. 11 places by turn 1. Is that an MRC record? Answers in the postcard, please. So anyway, in the meantime, this is going to be really tricky to keep an eye on because it's dark as it is. Oh, here we go. Probably best of the third person view. Wooders has smashed his Lambos. It's allowed Moley to go on the outside. Oh, they hits the wall and gets it wrong. It's just allowed Berserker to come up the inside now. Oh, Wooders, Lambo's just got in the right place at the wrong time for Berserker. Can Berserker get up the inside of Wooders here? Oh, he does. Oh, now you're having a bit of sideways contact. Just about managed to keep the cars pointing straight. So Wooders and Berserker now side by side as Moley's got out in front. And the darkest one's got out through the field. Can't find a way through these 2 cars in front, side by side. It does look great, this track, doesn't it, at night, I have to say. Side by side, coming into the final turn. Oh, the darkest one dives up the inside there. Ooh, doesn't really give Berserker anywhere to go. Berserker's sort of trying to cut back in as well. He's now lost the place to the darkest one. Berserker's flashing his lights at the darkest one. What were we saying? I wasn't sure about that move. To be honest, I just found out in the race what pressing down left 3 does when you play the game. I've only just figured it out now. And I thought, oh, is that what it does? And I kept flashing the darkest one. Because I just discovered what L3 does. Anyway, going through the field. Back here, we've got Quinn, we've got Connor side by side. And then Pilgrim close behind them. Oh, that's a good shot, isn't it? Good ball from Pilgrim's point of view. As it goes around the outside of Quinn, trying to dive up in, he's got to go around the outside of Connor, leaves the brake in it. Oh, I thought he did the braking a bit too late then, and I was right. He nearly wipes Berserker out, gets it horribly wrong. Good crashing there from Pilgrim, stuffing it all by himself. But everyone else, are they around turn 1? Yep, they're all sort of there or thereabouts. If you look at a map, top right, yeah, the Peugeot doesn't like cars or doesn't like the wet or anything. If you look at the map there, top right, everyone's still there or thereabouts. So no one's really dropped off the pace just yet. Got a lot of cars a bit further back here. All close together. Jambo's in last place. Wimple drifts it wide. Jambo having a nightmare. Haven't got any damage? Nope. So just going back through the field. So Moley is now out in front in the Tokyo Suburban Air. Oh, I wish we could all go back to where things were and go exploring places that we used to. I don't know why I've just suddenly said that, just because I'm jealous that there's people driving around Tokyo, I think, because I want to go there. Anyway, Moli now coming around to finish, or get to the end of lap 2, comes up to this really tricky hairpin at the end. You have to go oh so slow. You want to feed the power on earlier than you should do, because you hit the wall on the outside. Berserker's up here to second, so Murley's first, Berserker second. Wood is still hanging on for third, and then we've got this bum fight going on here. Oh, let's go back and see what's going on here as they come into turn, the last turn. You've got Quinn trying to duck up the inside of Connor. Connor gets it, misses the apex, which just allows Pilgrim. He's caught back up through the field after his mistake at turn 1. That's great driving there from Pilgrim after that mistake at turn 1 to get all the way back to 4th place. He's recovered really well. Oh, look at these glorious shots here. There's Berserker. I just heard Money go by. Here comes Wooders. And then there's a train of 3. You've got Pilgrim, Connor, Quinn screaming down at 165 miles an hour down the longest straight. It's possibly the longest straight in the game, perhaps. On the proper circuits anyway. Oh, they're all braking turn, coming into the hairpin at turn 1. Quinn takes cuts a very nice line there and gets past both Connor and Pilgrim in one move. Nice move there from Quinn. This is a great battle going on here. In the meantime, we've got these boys back here. Crony's fighting off the darkest one. Darkest one's dropped back through the field, so there's 2 groups of 3 here. Let's go on board with, this is the darkest one. Here's McLaren. He's got Rocky Rich behind him. Oh, Crony's gone a bit too wide there. It's just going to allow the darkest one to try and overtake, but spins up the rear end of that McLaren. Gets it wrong. He must be cursing himself now, the darkest one. But Rocky Rich, 2 Audi boys, now fighting for 7th and 8th. Let's go back through the field. So here's the darkest one. MRC Lega, contains Gore. Jambo still not got past Wimple. Wimple gives Jambo a bit of a sideways nudge there. Let's go on board with Awesome Pete, trying to catch up with the Subaru in front. These boys seem to be going very gingerly around the circuit. Oh, what a good shot. Wimple and the Porsche coming up to the final hairpin. Oh, who's that? I thought it was Jack. Someone's gone wide. Is that Contain Score's gone too wide? Yeah. Contain Score's gone too wide. It's just allowed him on board with Awesome Pete and the Audi. See what kind of straight line speed the Audi's got on its own without any tow. 6th gear on his own. What's it going to top out at, the Audi? Struggling to get up to 160, sticking at 159. Thought the Audi was quicker than that. In the meantime, as you can see there, the Subaru has got up to 159, so it's pretty equal on speed, the Subaru and the Audi. Oh, has Contain Score got it wrong here? No, he hasn't. He's just got it right. But Pete's going to duck up the inside here. He's in 3rd gear, trying to accelerate away. Just still struggling. There he goes. He's finally got the traction that he needed. Wooders is still in 3rd place. So let's go through the field. We've got Moley now, 8 minutes in. As you can see, there's the tyre wear of the wets is minimal, so there won't be any pit stops this race. So Moley is now flinging that McLaren through the Tokyo Japanese rain. in first. Berserker Boy in second. They've got a nice. If you look at the map top right, these two out in front now by quite a way. In the meantime, here's the gaggle. Here's the gaggle. Here's where the action is. Let's go back to Connor. So he's going to get a grandstand view of what's going on in front, coming up to the hairpin and then the long straight. Is there going to be any shenanigans going on there? You can see Pilgrim's trying to look up the inside of... Oh, there's three abreast. Let's go from this view where we can see it, get a better view. Oh, Pilgrim cut! Oh, gets it horribly wrong. Pilgrim's having a very eventful race now, isn't he? Quinn bashes the side of Pilgrim. Pilgrim spins the rear end of that jag up and just T-bones the wall, or tries to T-bone the wall. Just allow Connor to go around the outside. And all that's doing is also letting Wooders just drift away from these boys. As Pilgrim, like me, discovered what L3 does on his control stick. On board here with Quinn. Now with the tow, you're going to see these cars get up to about 164, 65. On board here with Quinn. Look at that, 64, 65. Yep. Higher. Yep, 66. 67. So if these boys work together as a team, they could catch the guys in front. On board with McLaren, look at this. If anyone's driving this race from cockpit view, fair play to them. Oh, they're all going to stop in time, they are. Oh, Wooders has gone too wide though. Wooders and the Lambo's gone very wide. And there's a melee now at turn one. But Wooders has managed to keep it together. Pilgrim's through to fourth place. Connor's now up to fifth. Quinn's in sixth. These boys just won't let up for a moment. Oh, Quinn's give Connor a little bit of a love tap there. As Wooders goes wide, Pilgrim goes a bit too wide. But Connor's managed to hold that. Corvette has just been given a little nudge there from Quinn, who nearly gets it wrong. In the meantime, Crony's in front of Rocky Rich. What's happened to Jambo? Jambo is back here in 11th. He's having a disaster. Awesome Pete has not been very awesome in the Audi in the wet. Wimple's in 12th. Dr. Dre in the Peugeot back here in 13th. Contained scores slipped all the way back to last place. He was battling with Awesome Pete, I know. In the meantime, let's go back up to the McLaren of Moley. We are now 11 minutes in. Let's go through some of the lap times. Moley in that McLaren, cruising around in first place. Oh, that looks so good, doesn't it? Just listen to the sound of these cars screaming down. There goes Moley in first place. Here comes Berserker in second. It's not making much of an impression on Moley's lead, that's for sure. And then what have we got? Here comes the gaggle of drivers now. Connor, Pilgrim, Quinn. On board with Pilgrim here. With Quinn, they're still squabbling. We're 12 minutes in. They're still squabbling over third place. Pilgrim's just got his nose in front. Oh, he does get the braking right then. This is going to be tight. Here comes the McLaren who's going board with Connor. See if he can slingshot underneath. These boys know that Quinn's McLaren blocks him. Oh, McQueen gets it wrong. Spins up the McLaren twice, three times. Gets punted by Wooders for the sake of it as well. Does Wooders get any damage for that? No, it doesn't. Let's see what happened there from Wooders' point of view. So Wooders has lost the position. Quinn spins it up. Cuts across in front of Wooders, and Quinn gets T-boned by the Lambo. It's just allowed Crony now to get up to fifth place. So where's Rocky Rich? Rocky Rich, is he going to get in front of Wooders? No, he's not quite made it yet. Not quite made it yet. So Quinn's been T-boned out. Well, no, he didn't. He did it all by himself, didn't he? Spun up the rear wheels of that McLaren up front. Lost by himself, and Wooders collected him. Nice T-boning there from Wooders, good stuff. Going through the field, see what's going on. Jambo's up to 11th, Wimple 12th. Dr. Dre in a Peugeot going backwards because he's in a Peugeot. Contains Gores back at the field. So really at the moment, although the map suggests otherwise, let's go cockpit view. Look at this, that's a lovely view, isn't it? Look how good this game looks. And this is only on a PS4. Imagine what this is going to look like on a PS5. I digress. Moly, look at! I love the inside of the McLaren as well. It looks proper sports car, doesn't it? The steering wheel like that. But compared to that, look at that. That's what I've got in the Subaru. Looks rubbish in comparison. Doesn't look very high tech at all. So there's now a bit of a gap between Pilgrim and Connor. The gap here between Crony and Quinn's very close. Crony might be better off just bump drafting for a little bit down that straight and then pull out at the last minute to try and outbrake Quinn, which he's trying to do now. They're slamming the brakes on. Is Quinn going to spin up the rear end of that McLaren at the end? Oh, he nearly did it, But Crony's struggling for grip. I just saw something change back here. Yeah, we are. Rocky Rich has just dropped back now to 9th. Darkest one's in front of him. Jambo's slowly making his way through the field. Let's go on board with Rocky Rich. Catching up to Wooders and the Darkest one. Tricky little section. That left, right, sorry, right and left. I mean, for me, I always find it the trickiest part of the circuit. The rest of this can just flow, apart from those two bits there. Because if you go, I'll talk about it when I get there. We'll get back there in the next lap. I'll explain what I mean when we get there. Rocky Rich is catching these two. Wooders is struggling all of a sudden. And I think the Darkest one is holding Rich up a little bit here. He's not. He's dropped off a little bit now. You can see up front there's another battle brewing just a bit further up again. Oh, Wooders goes wide. So does the Darkest one goes wide, which has just allowed Rich to now get up the inside. He's going to have a nice drive coming down the start-finish straight. Gets the power on. Can he use the slipstream to get past the McLaren? No, he's gone too early. He's gone too early. Side by side now with the Darkest one, and just allowing. There's awesome Pete. Oh, there we go. He's got back in the slipstream now as Rocky Rich. Pulled out the slipstream too early. Oh, the Darkest one lagging terribly then. Let's follow these two into turn 1. See what happens. Rocky Rich bails out. Good time. Darkest one's gone far too deep. So Rich just cruises around up the inside and gets past the Darkest one. Struggling to accelerate the car. And he's through. Oh, Wooders has had trouble. What's going on with Wooders? Why isn't it let me go to Wooders? There we go. What happened to Wooders then? Oh, he's got trying to avoid a tank slap. He manages to scrape the front of that car off. So I haven't forgotten about what I was going to say about these two corners coming up, but I want to do it from a different point of view from different drivers. In the meantime, Moly now 17 minutes in. Cruising around up front. see what kind of lead he's got. He's got a 9-second lead over Berserker, and Berserker's got a 13-second lead over Pilgrim. Driving really well is Moley. Is he starting to think about a win? I'm not sure if Moley's won a race before. Answer in the comment section below if Moley has won. If not, he's 18 minutes in. He's got a big lead over Berserker Boy in second place. I'm sure he's thinking about it. In the meantime, Berserker got from last place. He's now up to second. He's been here for a long time. And he's not really making any impression on the leader. And he's pulling away from third place. And third place is Pilgrim. Here we go. Here's a bit of a battle going on. You've got Connors now up to fourth place. He's caught up to Pilgrim. They're bump drafting their way down this fast straight to try and catch up to the boys in front. Quinn's trying to get back in on the action. Connor's gone side by side now with Pilgrim. The Corvette versus Jag-Power with the McLaren just close behind. Let's go more with Connor now as we come into the braking section of the corner. Oh, nice stuff from these three. Oh, look like... Oh, no, Connor just got the tail end of that Corvette and spun up a bit too much. Right, we'll just go back to what I was going to show. These corners here, why? The reason I find them quite difficult is because if you go fast, you go far too wide out to the left-hand part of the circuit, which then puts you in the wrong position for this corner this way. So you want to take the first of the S's a little bit slower than you can actually take it, so you're lined up better for the second S. I could never find a nice medium between the two, whether to go faster or slower through that first S to line me up for the second S. I could never figure it out. Answers on a postcard, please. I'm just going to blow my nose now. Hang on a second. I have to say there hasn't been a huge amount of crashing as I thought it would be, considering it's wet in the rain and these boys are racing quite hard. So well done to the Pro-Am 2 boys, showing how it's done. So Berserker's got a massive lead over third place. And this battle has been going on all race long and they still haven't sorted it out yet. Who's going to get the last podium position? Who is going to be the one who succeeds out of this group of three? Because they have been at it all race long. Quinn, I have to be honest, seems to be a little bit more squirrely than the other two does. He seems to have a little bit more trouble putting the power on in that McLaren. Another thing I just wanted to show you with the Subaru, we'll come back to this in a second, was here, because of the 4x4, I can just floor it out of that corner and get such good traction, whereas everyone else is basically having to short shift, gently put the power on. It's the one place where the Scooby has eaten its Scooby snacks and really does get a good advantage over other cars. Oh, this is going to be tricky. Oh, I thought Quinn might have forgotten about that little bit of the barrier that sticks out then. So look, do you keep it tight around that corner or drift out wide? And then you're in the wrong position here for the second part. I think... Oh, I never could figure out whether to keep it tight or drift out wide. At the moment, Connor, the boy wonder, is in third place, and he's just getting a little bit of breathing room between himself and Pilgrim. Here we're on board with Quinn. Looking at the rear end of that Jag. He's been looking at the rear end of that Jag and Corvette for the entire race now. We're 23 minutes in. They still haven't decided who wants third place yet. Just can't separate each other. I'm pretty sure these boys might be a bit faster if they're on their own. Oh, Quinn's looking at me, so Connor's gone too far deep into that turn. Just allow Pilgrim to get up the inside, so they're side by side again. Not that that really is actually going to help coming down this long straight, because they're just going to have the toe from each other. And here we've got Quinn. He's probably going to catch up to both these two by turn one. Just looking at the map at the top right, see where everyone else is doing. Here we go, Quinn's looking around the outside now of Connor. Might as well just stay in the train and push each other along for now and just try and outbrake each other. But look at all the exhaust at the back of that Corvette. How fast is Quinn going? Quinn's going 164, 63, 64. Just touches 65, so where they're going to brake, where they're going to brake. Quinn's now. Ooh, Pilgrims gets it wrong up the inside. Scrapes the side of that Jag. So Quinn's now got up to fourth. So Connor's the one that lost out from that one. Let's go through the field then. Crony back here in 6th place now. The darkest one is in 7th. Jambo's up to 8th, and you can see 7th place in front of him. Rocky Rich is... Jambo's bringing Rocky Rich along with him. Rocky Rich here in 9th. MRC Leggers in 10th. Wooders has dropped back to 11th. Wimple back here in 12th. Contains Gauls got it back up to 13th. And Dr. Dre and the Peugeot having a bit of a nightmare in that Peugeot today. He seems to be suffering more than anyone as well with the tyre wear. I don't think anyone else has got through their tyres as badly as that Peugeot has. Just going through everyone's tyre wear to see if that Peugeot is the worst. I don't really want to miss this. Look at this side by side. Look at these three. All race long. Pilgrim must have been exhausted from the race before with Berserker Boy. He's now got it again. Here with Connor and Quinn. They just... Oh, I honestly can't remember who comes third. This is as much as fun for me to find out as they all go far too wide again into the last corner to come down the main straight. We've got 4 minutes to go, so that's going to be 2 laps, I suspect. Pilgrim's just got a bit of a gap. Has he got a bit of a gap now between him and Connor? Yeah, he might be able to keep ahead of Connor here. It needs these two to bump draft each other up. Are they catching Pilgrim? I think they're just about starting to now. Yeah, they are. Let's go aboard with Connor. Three minutes to go. Yeah, Connor's starting to reel in Pilgrim now. Look at that, 168 I saw it flash out. He's got to be very careful where he starts to brake, because he's got that extra speed. He might go a bit too deep this time, which is exactly what he does. He got the draft too good then and gave himself and didn't account for it in his braking. So Pilgrim, Quinn and Connor still at it. Can't really forget though, Moley has just had an imperious drive. Started 5th, I believe it was. Got out in front and has not had any issues whatsoever. Masterclass of driving in the wet. So far from Pilgrim. Still pushing hard, even though he's done a 2:18.8. Even though he's got a healthy lead between himself and Berserker, who's in 2nd. Misses the first apex though. Poor old windscreen wiper's probably going to be knackered at the end of this race. coming down now. So he's got, let's see, we'll stay with him until he crosses the line. And then we'll go back to see what the other boys are doing. Goes underneath the train. What a lovely stuff. What a glorious. This is the game. It looks fantastic. Yeah, under 2 minutes to go now. And he crosses the line. So this will be Moley's last lap. There's Berserker. There's Berserker in second place. He got a fantastic start. Gained 11 places by turn 1. At the end of turn 1. Couldn't catch up to Moley, got past Wooders. He's in second. Now Quinn. Oh, Quinn's got a bit of a gap. What's happened here? Oh, we're going to have to go back. We're going to have to go back. Because they were all nose to tail, weren't they? Let's go on board with Connor. They were all nose to tail, but it looks like Quinn's got a bit of a gap now between himself. Let's go on to this view. This is the view we want. There's a bit more of a gap than normal. So Quinn has fought his way through this gaggle of drivers and is starting to pull away from Pilgrim, and Connor's struggling to catch up now to the guys in front. This is the corner where they all seem to get it on. Quinn's gone wide, Pilgrim's gone wide. Connor got it right that time. He's got it wrong at the second apex. Going to drift wide. He's going to get the power on late. So yeah, the first time in the race where these boys have got a bit of a distance between them is Pilgrim got in close enough to get into the slipstream of Quinn in front. We'll stick with it here for a minute just to see if he's going to, looks like he might catch up by turn 1 or not. I don't think he is, you know. Maybe just starting to now. It's watching his speed creep up a little bit, so he's starting to reel in the McLaren. I don't think he's going to get there in time for turn 1. Oh, left the brake in far too late then, and he's got it horribly wrong. Smashes the barrier to slow up. Oh, that was squeaky bum time there for Pilgrim, and he gets it wrong in the exit as well. Where's Connor? Where's Connor? Has Connor gone through? Yeah, there, Connor's gone through. So Pilgrim stuffs it all by himself. So we'll just go through the rest of the field, and this will be the last lap. Crony's in 6th, the Darkest One 7th. Awesome Pete's in 8th. Rocky Rich hasn't caught up to Pete. Wooders is in 10th. Legger's in 11th, Wimple's 12th, Contains Gore's 13th, and Dr. Dre's has come across the line now as 14th. But we need to go back to the front of the pack. He's led from the end of turn, what was it, about 4 or 5? On lap 1 has just cruised away. He's coming down the start finish straight now. This will be for the last time. Holy moly, he's had a fantastic drive. Putting in, I think he's got the fastest lap of the race. He's going to come down the start and finish straight now, unless his engine blows up or something stupid, disconnects or something. He will win this race with consummate ease. Congratulations, holy moly, as he takes the checkered flag. Now, and we also need to find out whether that's his first win or not. Berserk, a fantastic drive, a great day for him. First in the last race, he's going to finish second at Tokyo here in his Scooby. Comes along and finishes second now. So this is what we wanted to see. It looks like Quinn is going to pick the last podium position up. He's got just managed to keep that McLaren ahead of everyone when it really mattered towards the end of the race. And that's your podium positions. Moley, Berserker and Quinn. So what's going on with Connor and Pilgrim? Pilgrim's just about... Oh, that was close. That was closer than I thought. Let's have a quick look and see if we can catch that on the picture. A bit too early perhaps. Let's just exit and see if I can catch it one more time. Oh, it's already gone past. See if I can catch how close this really was. Look at that! Look at that! They couldn't be separated for the entire race, and this is what it came down to anyway. Oh, look at that. That's very, very, very close. Wish I could frame by frame move it forward. But Pilgrim will finish. Yeah, Pilgrim finishes 4th. Connor 5th. Great drive from those two. Crony's got his way out through the field. Nice quiet race there for Crony. He's going to finish in 6th place. The darkest one is going to finish as a respectable 7th. Awesome Pete got his way through the fields. 8th. Rocky Rich is 9th. Wooders in the Lambo is going to finish in 10th. Here he comes now. Wooders in 10th. Legger in 11th. Wimple in 12th. Contains Gore will finish in 13th. Crosses the line now and just leaves Dr. Dre. You drive a Peugeot, that's where you deserve to be, at the back of the pack. Flashes his lights, wheel spins around, tries to smash the car and rid us of that hideous thing. And there you have it, race 6 in the bag. Thanks for watching, everyone. Hope to see you again next week. Enjoyed that. Great stuff here from the Pro Am 2 boys. See you later. Thanks a lot. Bye bye.